Welcome everybody to today's video. To get started, I would like to take a look at this sentence right here. Now, if we were looking at this, we would say, tú nadas bien. Okay, that's a pretty simple sentence. If we're going to translate this into English, we would probably say something along the lines of, tú is you, and nadas, okay, so that comes from the verb nadar, which is to swim. So we would say, you swim. And then bien means well. So, you swim well. Simple, straightforward, easy sentence, right? This is just a current observation on what you do. It doesn't necessarily have to be right now. You might have demonstrated your swimming yesterday or last week or anything like that. But this does mean you are currently able to do these things. So maybe not in this moment, but it's your regular, it's your regular ability. You could also translate this, right? If you are looking at this and saying, wow, this actually could be used in the current actual happening now present tense, that you are doing this, right? If I'm watching you swim and you are just killing it out there, I could say, wow, you swim really well. You are swimming well. So I might mean that you are swimming. Okay. So if I'm watching you swim, and again, you're just out there killing it up and just being a fantastic swimmer and being a mermaid and a dolphin and just Aquaman, I can say, wow, nadas fantástico. Nadas muy bien. That would be okay. But if I want to be specific in this, right? We're being precise and we're being clear with our communication and not leaving anything up to what somebody else is thinking we're meaning or anything like that. We want to be straight down and say, this is what I mean. I mean, right now, you are swimming really well. If we're wanting to say that, we're going to need something else besides the present tense, because our current forms of conjugation are just in the present. They're just ending like this, right? And that's all we know how to say. So if we're wanting to say more and be specific, we need another tool, another verb tense. That is what we're talking about today. That is called the present progressive. Let's take a look at this. So the present progressive, or in Spanish, el presente progresivo, really differs from the present tense in that the present tense has the normal, what is normal, right? And saying you swim well, and that's just a commentary on your regular abilities. And it also has the current activity, right? It has both of these included in the present tense. The present progressive only deals with what is happening right now. That's it. If it's not happening in this moment, it really doesn't care about it. It deals in the here and now, no more. Which can be very nice. Again, if we're wanting to talk about our current activities. Now, to form this, let's take a look at the English one again, right? We are saying, you are swimming. Or if I was talking about myself, I would say, I am swimming. If I was talking about what we do, I would say, we are swimming, right? So all of those forms of I am, you are, he or she is, we need something to be able to say this right here. And all of those forms we've already seen. We already know how to say I am, and we know how to say you are, and we know how to say he is, and she is, and we are, and they are, and all of those different ways, we have something to say that. Right? We have ser and we have a star. And out of those two, a star is used for the current conditions, how you're feeling in this moment. Right? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling sick? Are you feeling nauseous? Are you feeling cold or anything like that? So, if we are knowing that, we're going to use a form of the star. So we take a star and we have our different forms here. So if I'm talking about I am, I'm going to say estoy. And you are is estás. And he or she is está. And we are is estamos. And they are is están. Or if we're wanting to say you all are, it's están. We have these ones. And that's going to give us the I am and you are and everything like that. That's part one. Part dos is this ending right here, right? Because I'm going to say, I am swimming. I am listening. I am reading. And we need that ing at the end of it. This is, in Spanish, going to be, for AR, ando. Ando. Okay, which is really simple because it's A for AR. And if it's ER or IR, it's going to be yendo, which again is really simple because it's E and I. Easy. Love it. That's it too. So we have the form of a star for I am or you are or he is or whoever is doing that activity. And then this is how we say the ing at the end of it. And really, this verb form is structured just like it is in English. So just like we were looking at over here, that's the same way we're going to do it in Spanish, which is really nice because we don't have to worry about memorizing 15 different verb endings for the AR, ER, and IR, right? We don't have to change a whole bunch of stuff. It's just this and that. So let's take a verb that we might use here. So if we took the verb escuchar, right? So to listen. So escuchar is a AR, so we're going to use this ando ending. So if I wanted to say, I am listening. Okay, I would take this, and for the I am part, right, I'm going to go up here and I'm going to say estoy. And for the listening part, I'm going to take this escuchar, drop the AR off, right? Cut it off just like we normally do. That's something we should be familiar with. And we're going to replace it with ando. So we have that because we've taken off this AR ending here. And then we just put ando at the end of it. Escuchando. Estoy escuchando. Simple, straightforward, beautiful, lovely, fantastic. I love it because you can take a few things and combine it in lots of different ways, and you can say all types of things. This really does feel kind of like a language hack, right? That this is structured just like we do it in English. We're familiar with that. We take these things, plug it in here, and you can say all types of things. Because if we wanted to change this, if we wanted to change estoy escuchando, and we wanted to say he is listening, okay, all we have to do is take this he is and say, oh, that's está. And listening, that's going to be this exact same thing here. So this just drops down. And we have está escuchando. Simple. right? You don't have to learn all types of different things. It's the exact same thing. Exact same thing. So if you are talking about something that is happening in the present tense, or that is happening in this moment, this is the easy way to do it. Another good thing about it is the irregulars. There's really only a couple of irregulars, which again is different because most verb tenses have all types of irregulars that we have to worry about and saying, oh, this doesn't really follow the rule all the time. This one does. And the reason why it has an irregular makes sense as well. So if we have two vowels that end it, and if specifically if it is a IR or an ER vowel that ends it, so like leer. Well, if we took this and we did what we normally would do, we would have something that looks like this. But the problem is this section right here, this EIE, that really doesn't go very well in Spanish. Spanish can have two vowels right next to each other, and that's okay, but it really doesn't like to have three of them right in a row. That gets to be a little bit more cumbersome and clunky, so it likes to split them up. So instead of having this I right here, Spanish is going to take it and replace the I with a Y. And you say it the same, right? It's leyendo, so it's leyendo. And it just cleans it up because it clarifies where that syllable is, right? So this is leyendo. So this acts as one syllable. Leyendo. And it just simplifies it down. We don't have to worry, is the I in here? Is it there? Is it where is it going? It gets out of there. So if it ends in a ER or IR with a double vowel at the end, it's going to happen. So this happens in leer, this happens in creer, this happens in oír, and it will also happen in ir, because ir is just yendo like this, but they don't like to put that Y or the I right here at the start. So this goes to a Y, yendo. So you say estoy yendo, which you don't say very often. That's not something that we're gonna use very much, but you might use it. So if you do, it's gonna look like that. That is the present progressive. So hopefully this has been a bit of an introduction. It's not going to cover everything. We're going to need to work on this a little bit more in class and get familiar with it. But this should give you a good basic understanding of how this word or this verb tense works. So if you do have any questions, by all means, ask away in class. Let me know if I need to clarify or clear something up for you. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in class. Adios.